Yeah. So if he fails it once, you can guarantee I'm going to be ahead of him at least 1 point in the run.
Woo!
And that is after 1-1.
At least that's a victory. Okay, so Magus has just started, and Lost Player is...
Right behind, but not
Yeah,
actually.
it's gonna sync up in a bit. So Magus is going for the tried and true, just puff over everything. It's a very easy strat, if you really don't want to deal with anything.
If you really don't like that first room.
Yeah.
You know, they actually designed Kirby's Dream Land 1 with the intention of, like, if the game is really just too annoying for you, you just fly over everything.
Yeah. I mean, it's a smart design feature. Honestly, it's good design. Wow, I can't speak anymore. So, Lost Player is instantly getting a decent head start because he doesn't go for the puff strats.
Yeah. And with some crisp movement in the first room of 2-1, Magus with the trademark puff.
I mean, I do have to say, it looks very easy to do puffs like that, but it's actually quite tough to do it as consistent as Magus is doing it. I'm actually quite amazed.
I mean,
and that's the third fire alarm I heard go off today. Anyways,
in the game where, like, I think you both have ball in them, like, but flying over the room is just a lot easier than having to deal with anything else. There are fast strats, but they're just so dangerous. It's like not even worth it in most situations.
Yeah.
Like after the 7-1 ball mix, you just fly over that room.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, I don't want to get damaged or lose my ball. I'm just gonna keep going.
Interesting from lozplyr there, sliding underneath every single cannon block.
Yeah, that's some smooth movement. I like it. And here we're going into our first actual ability. This is burning. It's very useful.
Yeah, you see it a few times throughout the run, but it's more of an... You see it more early game than late game.
Yeah. Almost like expecting them to get burning in that room because I've been doing wheel strats too much.
Oh. Yeah.
Lost Player going for the for the health a little bit, and apparently he's getting some frame drops.
Yeah. Surprisingly not Magus. Magus just getting sniped by that hothead right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are multiple spots where hotheads can ruin your day.
Definitely. Pretty solid Mr. Frosty by Lost Player. And then he messes up the movement. Yeah, I know I wasn't holding right in the past. Shut up.
Don't worry, you're still beating me in this game.
For now.
For now. Let's see how Magus handles Frosty. He's zigzagging back and forth.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah.
Gotta roll with what you got.
So now Loz is taking Burning in for the Wispy fight. There are actually other abilities that can kill Wispy faster, but you want to keep Burning for 2-1 because it's very useful for that room. It's just a lot of horizontal stuff that you can just go straight through with Burning, so it's better to have that than, say, Spark or Needle, which kill decently quicker than Burning.
And that's a really nice sub 4 somewhat-ish from Lost Player on Wispy Woods. That's usually a pretty decent benchmark when you're starting out. ProfessorMagus just choosing to mash through the invincibility frames of Wispy. That works too.
You can either time it or brute force it, and we saw both options. Twisters were being nice for Loz, they didn't attack. If
yeah,
you don't
those are the worst. Oof. That was a close slide.
That was very close from Magus. So Losplyr is coming up on the first mid-boss of the run.
A second, actually, but sure.
Second, sorry.
Actually, a third already, I think.
Are you kidding me? Why am I so out of it?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Anyways, he's gonna drop his ability in a certain way, and...
die.
I'm not sure if that gave him a double star.
I don't think it did.
He's gonna go for the safe route and get the double star. He's gonna try and get... No! Loz!
There's no longer the option for the double star.
So with a double star, he could have killed this boss in one go. Luckily, Sword's DPS is still pretty solid, but damn, that was painful to watch.
Yeah, it's got nothing on one hitting the boss with double star. If you mess that up, like, you're probably going to feel bad about yourself for a little bit. As you can see now, Magus is literally right on his tail, but Magus also messed up the double star twice.
Come on. Yes!
So now we can see Magus with the
try and jump like one little step higher than both players were doing. That gives you way more space to actually get the double star.
I feel like it's easier when you're lower. Well, like,
I don't know, for me it only really works easily when I'm higher.
When you do it, do you have to do like a second little jump? Can you like not clear it fully? Or do you just like only take one more jump and then you're right over the hill?
I only take one extra jump.
Yeah, I find it easier when you're lower, but I mean, to each his own, I guess.
Fair enough.
Another thing with Wheel is that like, when you go through those 3 Parasol Waddle Ds, the game really likes to eat your inputs.
Yeah.
So like, I double tap B every single time I want to unwheel.
So this is the first of the Meta Knights fights. You really want to just suck them up and shoot them at each other, and Lozplyr does that in a very solid fashion, using proper strats and everything.
Yeah, they spawn in, Meta Knights spawn in a, I guess you could say, like a set order every single time, so when you kill one, you know which one's going to spawn next. So as long as you do everything in the right order, they're going to be exactly where you expect them to be.
See how Magus goes through this. Goes for pretty similar strats, though execution is a little bit off. Meanwhile, we got Mr. TikTok on Lozplyr, easily handled with Spark.
Yeah, that, as long as you slide and you just hold B right after you bounce, you're never not going to kill him.
Exactly.
However,
unless you mess up and accidentally go too far, which might have happened from time to time to me.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to mess up the fan with Spark.
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh, that one's so annoying.
Kind of space that a bit. Ooh, having a little bit of problem from Magus' stream, but we're back. We're good. He also gets
one of the things that we haven't really talked about yet is the goal game at the end of stages.
Yeah, very, very important.
It doesn't look important, but you really want to try and get on to 7 at all times. That way, you don't lose half a second if you get on 6, or if you have to grab 6 or whatever. It's tiny time losses, but there are so many stages with that goal game that over time it really adds up if you mess it up too much.
Right. So I think after Shasta finished his run against you, we were talking about the goal game.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying that you can even also get different heights within 7. If you get, like, over an entire run, if you get, like, the higher height, just, like, one higher than the lowest every single time instead of the lowest every single time, you lose, like, 7 or 8 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, I figure. So, Loz is fighting against Paint Roller right now, or Paint Roller. And he got a really nice fight there. That was perfect execution. So you want to stand as close as you can with high jump to deal as much damage as possible. I didn't actually know that until I rewatched my race against, like my first race.
Yeah. It's, there's like a strong hitbox and a weak hitbox, so if you're far out from Paint Roller and you're just grazing his side and kind of playing it safe, he's really not going to take a lot of damage at all, so you have to be a bit more gutsy with it and stay almost inside of him.
Yeah. Ooh, whilst messing up the little jump at the start. If you jump at the start, that flamer will just go up and not really be annoying at all. Oh no, Magus! Oh, he destroyed his high jump.
Ooh.
Oh, so that's the thing you can do whenever you lose your ability and you puff or attack into the star, you will destroy your star.
Yeah.
Probably the worst part of this game.
So, ProfessorMagus, if I were him, I'd be hoping that he drops a ball, or a baseball, because then that gives you the ball ability, which is the strongest ability in the game, pretty much without a doubt. Also, that was a mic right there, so if he swallowed that, he would have got the mic ability.
I'm not sure what he's doing, to be honest. He's just going through it abilityless.
It's a good, ooh.
Ooh.
Let's touch on lozplyr89's fight right here, upcoming.
Yes, against Bugsy. So Bugsy is very annoying. At the moment you touch him, he will grab you, and that is a very long animation. Whilst handling it quite nicely, staying right out of his range the whole time. It's pretty solid. And
Magus grabbing laser for the paint roller fight.
I guess that can work.
Yeah, unfortunately laser is extremely weak in DPS, so he's gonna grind a few shots out.
It's a safe ability for damage though, so that's important. Oh, and Loz accidentally killing the high jump twice. There we go, third time's a charm. Oh my god, Loz.
At least he's ahead.
I mean, he might die.
Yeah.
I'm almost expecting him to go for soft reset soonish.
Ooh,
I'm not sure if after this level you get the museum here already, but you do. So he could soft reset here and then go to the museum, and in the museum there is another high jump. It's one of the backups.
Yeah, especially if you lose high jump on the Meta Knights.
Mm-hmm.
Which is right here.
Oh, he doesn't go for the drop strat, he just dies.
So now it looks like he kind of has to go for the, well, ability-less strat now.
Yeah. I wonder if he's gonna go for the backup high jump, or if he's gonna go old school with sword strats.
I don't know, there's a lot of new runners that probably not even might be familiar with the old school sword.
Yeah, no, it seems like he's going, he's not opting to pick up sword.
Mm-hmm. Magus flying up through this staircase. It's really not fast with without high jump, so it's kind of really important for these first few levels.
Loz, stop killing high jumps! You're making my heart hurt.
Don't give Kinnan a heart attack.
No. Ooh, Magus is like low on health, has 0 lives. Are we gonna see a game over? That would be really painful.
Oh, he's grabbing the maximum tomato.
I do hope he soft resets after this stage.
Magus for the lives.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's
Being
got
on 0 lives can cost you quite easily, because if you game over, you land outside of this the stage and you have to do it all over again.
Yeah, fortunately, Magus didn't actually take any damage on that Bugsy fight, and it looks very clean.
I would still like him to soft reset here. So what soft resetting basically does is completely replenish your health and give you back 2 lives, because, well, you're soft resetting. The game doesn't save how much health or lives you have, so that's why I would have liked seeing that from him.
Magus also accidentally killing the high jump enemy twice.
Is he gonna go for a third time?
Not appearing the 4th. And
there we
getting
go.
him on the 5th. So if you're watching Loz's stream right there, just past an enemy with sunglasses and a halo. That's light. It does absolutely nothing except for light up dark rooms. And there's only like 2 or 3 of them in the game. I'm not sure the exact number, but it's...
I think it's like
minuscule.
4. I want to say.
All it does is light up the dark room. It doesn't do any damage. The most you're going to get out of it is dropping it and spitting the star at someone else. Because you can see all of the platforms pretty much in the room.
Yep. So lozplyr handedly beating the asses of Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright.
I don't know which is which.
Well, the sun shines, so...
That is a good point.
Oh, opting not to continue with high jump. High jump is useful. It's very useful for the upcoming room, and after that, it's basically useless. But going up here with 2 high jumps is a lot faster than floating up. And Mage has actually got a game over. Oh, that's painful.
Very.
Oh, he's having a really bad run.
Yeah.
Painful to watch. I think it's mostly due to his how do you say, his nervousness over the fact that his PC has been acting up and all the other technical difficulties.
Yeah, his nerves have been acting up.
Yeah, he's having a really bad run.
So, if you blinked, you might have missed it. lozplyr got UFO for the one and only time in any percent. Well, only time if everything goes properly and you don't have to pick it up before the double Frosty fight, but you're probably not going to be seeing it again from him. And a very short tornado section here from Loz. A lot of people would have actually dropped it at that point, but...
Yeah. I tend to just get hit by the Poppy Bros, so I don't even... I don't even care.
You can't even be bothered to press... Oh, you have to press select because you're on Game Boy Player, right?
Yeah.
I press X because I'm on Wii U VC.
Oh, that's like way easier.
It's so much easier, and it's so much more consistent with like all the other recent Kirby games as well, like Superstar Ultra and Star Allies. Also, did you see Loz jump through that Poppy Bros right there?
Oh wow, that's some really sick strats, honestly. And then he just tops it off by going to the 2nd place.
Of course. Oh,
of course.
Yeah. Spark has some weird invincibility properties, I'm convinced, because earlier I was messing around with Spark strats against the wheelie in World 7, and you know how there's that big crash room before it? If you actually start your attack like just a bit before it explodes, like it's a pretty generous thing, but you won't take damage no matter how close you are to it.
Loz is going for some interesting movement here. He went way past the door.
Call it the Hindenburg disaster.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
You've got some interesting names for things, Chooch, that's for sure.
Well, that wasn't the cleanest of movement, unfortunately, but... Okay, I really didn't try to go for naming anything, but like, the Nut Shack happened and it kind of went from there.
Yeah, yeah. I still think it's a horrible meme, but sure.
An old one, too.
Yeah.
Where were you when the Nut Shack was a thing?
Probably right at the same place I'm right now.
Yeah, I was probably upstairs.
Anyway, sun or moon on mages?
I only go moon.
Well, I'm
Like, I
going
always feel
sun,
like,
so...
what if I still go moon? And I realize, well, no, because then I'm not going moon, and moon is the best way to go, no matter what.
Yeah. It's what a dirty mooner would say.
Oh, and you're a sunny boy.
So here we have Fan. Again, you don't really want to touch Fan, because then he grabs you and throws you around. But luckily from him, we got the same ability to throw stuff around. Damn the Waddle Dees. Actually, Waddle Dees are cute. What am I saying?
Yes, please don't kill them.
Yeah, they're really good. They're really cute.
Waddle Dee pacifist %. Can't kill Waddle Dees.
I do have to say, Loss is actually is playing out of his mind right now. He's really playing well.
Good pace.
Exactly. There are a few little mistakes he's making, but overall, it's just solid play.
Yeah. Do you think we'll see a sub 50 from him here?
Hopefully.
Sub 50 is a great milestone, especially for new players.
Exactly. Like, sub 1 hour is your first milestone, but you usually get that within your first week. And then sub 50 becomes the next goal, and that one is actually a little harder to reach.
Sub hour is like having practiced each level a few times, and then just putting it all together and, you know, not game overing in a run, you know?
Exactly.
50 is, I'd say, deathless,
Oof.
and...
No, I wouldn't say deathless. I think I had deaths right up until my 45 time.
Wait, didn't you have a death in your most recent one?
I might have, actually. Yeah, no, yeah, I died in my 42 run, yes, I did. That was a 25-second time loss, so I could have had a 41 already. So yeah, that's fun.
I'm so astonished. It's just 25 seconds to save and you got a 42.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you play everything really well, oof, Lost almost getting sniped there. You can do anything in this game. And he's getting very rare RNG on the TikTok. You usually don't see TikTok do that.
Yeah, that's very uncommon. Each of the bosses has a few different color variations, like these red Poppy Bros aren't the same as the blue one that you saw in the first level. Or second level, sorry. But each of them, depending on the color, has a little bit of a different pattern to it. You can especially compare that like side by side in the boss tower, because going in the top door actually gives you different colored bosses than the second lower door. I mean, of course it's fewer, but they all act differently as well.
Yeah, they're mostly a little bit harder in my experience. So here we get the fight against Krakow. At the start you have a little prelude where you go all the way up like that with high jump. And you can see very closely that Loss is doing some really nice cancelling. That's the blue puff at the end of every jump. He's gonna use that to deal double hits to Krakow if he does it right. Oh, he's just gonna do very short hops. Oh, that's a really cool strat, actually. You could have killed Krakow before the Krakow went to the ground. That's actually really solid strats.
So, yeah, Krakow's the only level with, like, the only boss level at least, with that little intro part to it. I can't really figure out why, but it kind of forces you to use high jump and, like, nothing else.
Yeah, I think the game designers were like, yeah, I think the only way you're ever gonna beat this boss in this game is using high jump, so we better just force you guys to use it.
The funny thing is, in the credits scene, it actually plays a little clip of like Kirby fighting each of the bosses, And Kirby actually has Tornado for the Kracko
Exactly.
fight.
I actually casually tried doing that. It's really hard to go up with Tornado. I tell you, it took me 3 times to finally get a Kracko fight using Tornado.
So Magus getting hit once by Fan, but otherwise it's okay. Only has 1 health though, he's going to be going into this Meta Knight's fight with.
I wonder if he's gonna soft reset to not make that. No,
Yeah,
he's just gonna continue on.
Yeah, throw is nice to have for this fight, but it's not, like, necessary.
Exactly. I wonder if he's gonna go for the maximum tomato here. He's not gonna go for the maximum tomato. Under the bomb block, all the way at the bottom, there's a maximum tomato that refills your health to full.
I don't even know if he knows it's there.
Really? I knew that for a long time, and I've used it for a long time.
Yeah, it's nice because invincibility candy continues on for a really long time once the song ends.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very long thing.
Uh-oh. Okay. I quickly went to check on Magus, and his PC didn't blue screen, so we're still good.
Alright. His PB.
Yes, I'm sorry. It's already 10 PM for me, okay? I've had a long day.
Yeah. So now Laz is in another wheelie section where, like, the game forces you to get high jump for Kracko, it forces you pretty much to get wheel here. It's not the only time it forces you to get wheel either. It happens at the end of Orange Ocean.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, Yogurt Yard.
Or is it? Yeah, Yogurt Yard. Personally, Yogurt Yard's my favorite level in the speedrun, but...
Going for puff struts here.
Oh, it's not the end of the world if you lose wheel that... I started choking. It's not the end of the world if you lose wheel there. It's honestly fine because you just pick up burning in the next level, like right here.
I hope you guys are enjoying this wonderful commentary where we're totally not being complete idiots.
Oh man.
I feel like we're just 2 tired dudes trying to make sense of it all at this point.
Magus slicing TikTok right there. So yeah, Laz players dropping burning right before.
This is a really annoying Meta Knights fight because the Meta Knights tends to like slash a lot, and that can actually destroy stars when you shoot them, so it's really obnoxious if it happens, so you have to time your stuff right. And he dies to the ball! No!
So yeah, he'd rather take that ball's ability. Oh, what is Magus doing? He's almost getting sniped by that cutter. He's going for the health. And honestly, it'd have been, I think, smarter just to go through the level, not get high jump, and then soft reset.
I wonder if he even knows you can soft reset, because that's it's actually something a lot of new players don't actually know, because you don't see it that often at the highest level of play.
Yeah, and you typically watch high-level players to learn.
Exactly, and most high-level players only do it like twice, at most.
I mean...
In PBs.
Yeah, twice is probably before Meta Knight and after Meta Knight.
I actually don't do it after Meta Knight, because that loses you 6 to 7 seconds, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean... I thought you could just reset during the... You can just reset during the... when it's playing the cutscene, when it says, Rainbow...
Yeah, but when you do that, you still have to, like, see the whole cutscene again. Anyways. So it loses you time doing that. And we've mixed for Parasol.
Yeah, you typically just... The backup strat there is grabbing sword. You typically want to even keep Ball into this Fireline fight, because you 2-hit him with Ball. But if you get one of the enemies, you definitely want to get Sword, because it's easily one of the strongest and most consistent abilities in the game. Consistent damage, at least. Also, depending on how long this race goes, I might need to leave before Magus finishes, because I'm racing in less than an hour.
Isn't that on this channel as well? Or...
It's on a different channel.
It's on a different channel. Yeah, I'm commentating that one as well, so that's fun.
Oh boy. Yeah. It's
oh well, we'll see what happens. We've got someone else doing commentary for that one as well, so I can jump in later.
Yeah. You know, wait, who is that? Who else is on that?
Pro 007.
Oh yeah.
I think, right?
Probably.
Yeah, I pronounced it correctly. Anyways, here Loz is going to go for another mix to get Hammer, and he fails. I usually just, at this point, yeah, leave through the door and try doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
Getting that mix to go is really hard.
You have to have a very clean jump there.
There we go. It also depends on when you start sucking, basically.
Really?
Yep. I've noticed that when you do it from the very start, you have a higher chance, I think. But I'm not completely sure, don't quote me on that. Anyways, Heavy Mole is quite easily defeated using Hammer.
Yeah, Heavy Mole is actually one of the 3 sources of Hammer in this game. You can either get it from a mix, Inhaling Bonkers, or Heavy Mole, if not killed quick enough, he actually starts shooting out little myths.
So Orange Ocean is also known as Keep Tornado. We're gonna see Loz pick up Tornado in the next stage. Not right now, because first we gotta do a little section where we die, and then we get burning. That was totally an intentional death, don't worry about it. No, just kidding, that wasn't intentional at all. Oh! Loz going for some more risky movement through this room. There's a lot safer movement that MK Cocoon found here, which is generally what I like doing, especially in races. And Magus doesn't seem to know he can just roll through everything with wheel there.
Yeah, Orange Ocean, also, if you're familiar with Japanese runners, it'll be Kuso Ocean or Kusoshin. I've taken that right out of Suzaru Bako's book.
Yeah. He had some splits, dude. So much Kuso.
He's definitely my favorite old school runner of this game.
I mean, he isn't technically old school. I wouldn't call him an old school runner.
Well, yeah.
Of this game, specifically this game, I would call him old school when it comes to Kate. Oh, Loz accidentally mixing wheel.
Yeah,
he's just gonna kill himself here. Being that low at the start of your tornado stint is a bad idea.
So you're going to be keeping the reason the split is called Keep Tornado and Kuso Ocean is that you need to keep Tornado from 6-2 to 6-6. So 5 levels, you really have to, you realize, like, how bad can that really be? But once you have to go through like a bunch of water sections and spikes where it's ridiculously easy to get hit, it's, you see why it becomes such a problem.
Yeah.
Especially for newer runners. A lot of them just drop it and leave it behind, but I cling to Tornado for my life.
I've learned how to get through all of the rooms with Tornado now, and I think that really helped me get my 42.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, Loz kind of messing up the first 4 hits. by going for a 5-hit rather.
Yeah, it's usually easier to go 4 hits than 4 hits to kill Bonkers, but 5 and 3 also works. Also, Magus not going for the secret room, and he's in a little room that we never really get to see in speedruns.
Yeah, that's the second time I've seen that room ever. Not even joking. I didn't even see that room casually.
Wow. Yeah, you don't see that in speedruns, like, at all.
Yeah, and casually most people get, like, where you actually need to go. Lost going for a very high jump once again. I don't really, like... I'm not sure what's happening when he does that. And I really don't like seeing that either, because he's on such a good pace right now. To try and get a sub 50.
Yeah. Okay, so Laz is in arguably the most difficult room for keeping Tornado. I've talked to Shasta about this room that Laz is in right now. He's like, yeah, it's really no problem. It's just muscle memory. I see where the Gordos are and I just react.
Yeah.
He's so nonchalant about...
Oh, and that's something that happens to a lot of runners. I've actually learned how to do that as well. Actually just go through the room without thinking.
The only thing that worries me is that, Blade Knight slash right there. But...
actually, what I do, I wait for it, because I just... Sometimes he slashes twice.
Yeah, I wait for it, like, right underneath the spikes. And then I just, go up and puff him.
Exactly. I tend to just hold up for that one. It's easier, because then you just start the puff instantly. Oh, Mage is accidentally getting the mix rather than the wheel.
Yeah, one of the runs that I saw earlier in the tournament...
Oh, wait. He's actually going for hammer in this section, or...?
I was gonna say, one of the runners that I saw earlier in the tournament did that as well, and I'm thinking now, it might have been Magus, who didn't even go through the wheel room, mixing, going for the mix the first time. I think he just forgets everything, the order of it, because this is not the first time I've seen this happen.
It's almost as if he's learned how to do 100%, because this is actually what you want to do in 100%. Because there is a puzzle which requires you to have hammer. To get.
And again, hammer is extremely scarce in this game.
Actually, there is an arena fight in Yogurt Yard that gives you hammer.
Yeah, but then it's really
I remember because I would have to grind it to try and get the switch in that stage.
Yeah. So last player taking the UFO here. He's probably going to go for the big shot.
Yep.
Let's
see. Nope. Here we go.
He gets a double star.
Oh no!
No! Mega troll.
Oh, that's so
redemption.
painful.
Trolled. Double redemption. Death.
Oh no! Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst feeling when that happens. Oh, they both jumped over the double star. So with a double star, he would have been able to kill both of the Frosties at the same time. Oh, what? How did he kill... What? How did that... Did you see that?
I looked down for a second. I'm assuming he hit both of them with 1 star.
Yes!
Yeah, I've seen that happen before. If they're really close to each other, then the game doesn't bother trying to figure out which one to hit, and it says, you know...
I've never seen that before. I'm flabbergasted.
I've done it in regular fight, like when I've missed the double star, but it's never been to kill. That's kind of really cool.
That's ridiculous. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, okay, so, like you said earlier, what's a platformer without ice physics?
Exactly.
Laz
it's
is going...
absolutely horrible.
No, Kirby is so light, and it's impossible to, like, control him on this. It's so hard.
I'm still just, like, reeling over that 6-6. Holy hell. That was a thing.
So Laz player soft reset for Meta Knight, which is the smart idea in most cases.
Yeah. So Meta Knight is quite random. especially with blocking, which Loss is getting a lot of right now. A lot of bad blocks, because that negates all damage. And it's totally random when Meta Knight does it.
Yeah, only enemy that can block damage as well.
Yep.
So Law's only having 3 health here. Not 2 health.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
tactical death.
I think more of an accidental death. I've died like that from time to time when I tried grabbing that specific sword. Because the ice physics really, really trip you over here.
Yeah, so you slide while inhaling enemies and while they come into your mouth, but if you're running and then you, like, press down and actually, like, take its ability, then you stop all momentum. It's funny. It's weird. Yeah, Magus.
Getting a little unlucky there.
Magus with 1 health in the tornado. This is a recipe for disaster.
And no lives again.
Yes.
Oh, and Loss fills the mix. Oh, you can't. Oh no, don't do that, Loss. Just keep going. Grab sword and keep going.
Just, Sudoku. You just kill yourself beneath the
Yeah. That's what I tend to do. But in his case, I probably would have gone for just straight up continue because, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, 3 health going into 7-2.
That's gonna be scary. So
also,
7
Magus grabbing that health a bit earlier, so he's at 3.
Yeah.
This fight.
So 7-2 is a mid-boss rush. We tend to call it the battle tower. And oh no, Loss. Loss is having a horrible bonkers fight already. Already at 1 health. So these bosses are really hard to defeat. Even with ball. Okay, gets a really good fan there. Well executed.
Fan
hope you get
is the most annoying, but Bugsy's grabs are...
Oh! So you're usually expecting a bonk from Bugsy there to deal damage to him, but he didn't do that this time, so now we have to do abilityless. And I really think that that is it for a possible PB that Loss could have gotten here, because he was on PB pace for a while.
Ooh, Magus with the game over!
Oh, not again.
You really don't want to be hearing that.
Yeah. Actually, I'm quickly looking over at Loss's stream. He actually had similar problems during his PB, so he actually has a real chance of PBing still.
Ooh,
and maybe getting to sub 50. But yeah, this is still quite painful to watch.
Yeah. Also, throw and backdrop are, abilities which are unique to mid-bosses as well. So, you can only get those from them or a mix.
Just one more hit and Loss can finally get out of 7-2. There we go. Oh, that must feel so bad for him.
Yeah, at least he's out, and he's got the health right here.
Yep.
Well, lives and then health.
Picking up the lives there is usually something you skip doing, but in this case, I don't blame Loss for doing that at all.
No, it's scary to say.
Yeah.
At least. Plus, I've been shaking sometimes coming out of 7-2 if I have a good one, and it's just like, well, what do I do next?
Yeah, I haven't been here in so long.
Yeah, so 7-3 is a nice break. After 7-2, it gives you the last invincibility candy of the game, because I kind of forgot about that since, like, the early worlds. I'm like, again, just like the ice physics, we kind of need to use this.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, we programmed these ice physics, we probably need them for something.
Just... Oh, yeah, we kind of designed a bunch of levels first, but, yeah, we're working on these last few, finishing them up. You can put them here, I guess. Oh, and, Steve, you had a really good idea with that invincibility candy thing right there. We kind of forgot about that as well. Let's put them together. Let's help him remember.
I've never heard of a Japanese guy called Steve.
Okay,
Okay, you don't have to try and make up a Japanese name. I was just joking.
Oh man, I'm curious as to what the Japanese equivalent of that is, but like...
Of Steve?
I mean, there's gotta be one.
Probably Lee. Lee is a very common name. In Asia. Or
Yeah.
like that part of Asia at least. So yeah, Lost on 1 health right now. He's grabbing Spark. It's probably the best strats you can go for here.
Yeah, and it will be useful as well to see, to eliminate RNG in the wheelie fight in the next room, but that's assuming you have decent execution and wheelie moves well for you.
That and you have proper movement in the room before that, because that can also really trip you up if you don't pay attention.
Oh, absolutely. It is no fun at all.
Apparently, Sutibu is Steve in, or Sutibu. I don't know how to pronounce that properly. Sutibu. Sutibu or Sutibu? I don't know. Whatever.
Whatever.
I'm not a Japanese person. I do not need to know that.
No. So, speaking of names, if we could go off topic for a sec, as Laz uses his Oh, also, Magus went for
Good RNG.
Magus went for the Poppy Bros, which is the top door of the Frosty fight. So he had there's an extra invincibility candy that we see if you go to the top.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also using Burning for this Meta Knights fight, which is very risky and honestly kind of interesting.
Yeah, it also made him die, so I'm not sure if I like it.
Yeah. So...
Sutibu. Sutibu. Okay. Okay, thank you.
So, on names, my first name is Andrew, and that means man or manly. It's a relatively, common biblical name. And my last name means head of household, right?
Yeah.
So, that if you put them together, the male head of households, that really just means that my name is Dad.
Well, I don't see you as a dad at all, so...
Yeah, I learned this, like, yesterday, so... I've been thinking about it, like, a decent amount.
I think a long time ago I knew what my name's meant, but it's been too long now.
Oh well. Fun.
So, Lost Player going through the KDL1 section with Wheel, which is the right ability. ProfessorMagus is basically a full world behind.
Yeah.
Also, for some reason, Spice Girls is playing in my kitchen.
Why does your flatmate do this?
I have no idea. I mean, they're nice people. I got drunk with them yesterday, but that's about it.
I'm not criticizing, I'm just saying unexpected.
Yeah. Oh, Lost Player going for the ball mix and messing it up.
So he's just going to go past that mix. It's not a huge deal if he messes it up, because he can just go back to 7-4. There's a ball at the very beginning, and...
Exactly. He is currently still on PB pace, but sub 50 is not gonna come this time for him. If only he got a little luckier on 7-2. That would have been absolutely amazing. He's getting crazy DDD luck though, wow!
Yeah,
If he reacted slightly better, he would have had the best DDD.
yeah, so you really don't want DDD to inhale you, or if you're really good, you can try and react to that and move to the opposite side. Also, Magus dying on to Bonkers in 7-2.
I would almost like just soft reset here and grab Sword from 7-1.
Yeah, I would have soft reset, gone back to 7-1, and just grabbed the sword from the beginning.
Exactly, that's what I said.
Oh. Yeah.
Amazing caster synergy! And there we go, lozplyr defeating the orb.
Yes. So, Hammer's extremely unwieldy in this game, because, like, unlike in other Kirby games, you actually have to hit the enemy with the sprite. Because in later Kirby games, a hammer just essentially, if you do like the jump and spin attack, it just kind of just creates a circle of damage around you. But in this, it's really a lot more precise.
So Loz is fighting Nightmare right now. Nightmare basically does the same set of attacks in sequence. And no, Magus! Oh, that's his third game over. Oof. He must be really annoyed with his run right now.
This is really tragic. He's going back to 6. He's going back to 6.
Okay, going all the way back. I don't know what... He's grabbing a hammer. He's actually... What? I'm very confused as to what he's doing.
I have never seen anything like this before. Okay,
In the
lozplyr
meantime,
finishing with a 51-34.
which is a just about 22-second PB. His official SRL time is a 51:35, which is a 2.5-minute race PB. So that's awesome for him.
Yeah, Magus going back to World 5 to grab Burning.
Burning, okay.
Yeah, I can't blame this.
This is a very interesting strats here. I think yeah. Anyways, congratulations to Loz for winning the race at the very least. And for getting an awesome PB. Let's just see how Magus ends up doing this section now.
Uh-huh. At this rate, I'm probably going to have to leave like right around DDD.
Ah, that's fine. I got this.
And then you're going to get the next one.
Yeah, then I'm gonna go to the bathroom and then I'm getting the next one.
Any food breaks at all?
I've eaten more than enough already, and I have some cake lying in my fridge, so I can just do that anyways.
Ooh. So, Loz, if you want to hop in chat for a little bit of an interview, we can talk about the run, we can talk about your thoughts on your PB in this race.
I'm not sure if you can actually hear us, but sure.
I'm just saying that because some people tend to tune in like right after the race. Also, Mega's doing a nice job getting the double star.
Oh, I guess he's here.
Hello.
Hi! Congratulations on your PB, dude.
Thank you.
I saw you were saying that you haven't touched a game in weeks.
The last time I played the game was my last tournament match, and I got a 55. And that was last week on Wednesday or something?
Yeah, I think it was something like that, yeah.
It was something like that. I'm just like, why?
It was actually kind of nail-biting watching you, because I grabbed your stream real quick, and you had so much time to save on 7-2, and then you died, and it was just painful.
I got the troll pattern from Bugsy. He didn't crash into the wall.
Yeah.
I cried a little bit.
It was like you were on like a sub 50 pace with that even. That was
Yeah. And that's taking into consideration that I took a lot of intentional deaths to refill health to play it safe.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyways, congratulations on winning the race as well. Magus is still going right now. He's having some trouble, sadly.
Oh, where is he?
Let's see, he just
7-2. Oh, well, he just died to the Sword Knight at the very end of 7-2.
so yeah, he's been having a terrible run. It's very painful to watch. I don't think he's gonna be happy at all with this run.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, he game overed 3 times already.
Ooh.
So, Laz, I definitely think that sub 50 is coming next for you.
Yeah, if I play the game again, yeah. If I actually like didn't take that week break, this probably would have been the sub 50. Yeah, I've been doing a bunch of other things. Maybe next race, potentially. Only one way to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Well, luckily you already know who you're up against, so.
I don't actually.
Yeah, you're up against the Dark Shadows, who got like a 53 and a 52 run. So if you can actually win against him, so it's gonna be a pretty close match. Seeing that matchup.
Oh, sweet.
we still have yet to see an upset this tournament.
Yeah, I would very much like to see one.
The closest thing that happened was me against Jumpy. Jumpy Penguin or Speedman.
Oh yeah, you were basically within a minute of each other.
Yeah, he was ahead of me until 4-2, actually.
Damn.
Watch that. But
Oh yeah, I think I commentated. Did I commentate that one?
I don't know. I think Halo Dude was on that one.
Oh yeah, no, then I didn't. I haven't commentated with Halo Dude yet. Anyways, May just going through the more annoying stages here.
Yeah.
Is there anything you also like didn't like about your run, by the way, Laws? While we have you here.
I didn't like how many deaths I purposely took, but it was either risk losing like ball ability in a dumb place or just take the death and walk it, and I just took the death and walked it.
Yeah.
So I was actually a minute 30 ahead and 5-3.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh my god, are we gonna see an awesome run from you? But
Magus dying to that Gordo, kind of unheard of.
oh well. Speaking of but I think we've had enough of like negative things. So what did you really like about your run? Because I think there were a couple of moments where you were playing really solidly.
All around the movement, I think for the most part, some of the things that I winged, I did pretty good. And that weird parasol mix. Why did that happen? But even though it did happen, I somehow managed to figure out exactly how much I needed before I had to ditch the power-up, which is pretty nice.
Yeah. That was some nice thinking.
Oh,
I was like, I saw that happening and I was like, oh boy, this is gonna be annoying.
There was the 6-6, 2 Frosties with 1 star.
Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah, that was the first time I saw that as well.
I just like looked at them like, okay, I'll ask about that later because I've never seen that before.
Apparently, it's a thing that just happens from time to time. I've personally never seen it, but
I've seen it happen to me once. I hit them both, but not to kill them at the same time.
Oh, but it still damaged them both?
Yeah, it still damages them both. The game really doesn't want to figure out which one you really hit, so it just gives you the benefit of the doubt. And it's kind of just like, yeah, take it.
Considering how much this game puts its runners through, I'll take it.
oh, imagine.
Alright, I'm gonna turn off this.
Sorry, that he's in the windy room with Wheel, and it's just he did so well trying to keep his Wheel, and then he still died.
Yeah, he played it safe, and it was still tragic in the end.
Oh, couldn't go fast enough there. Anyways, what were you saying, Loss? Sorry for interrupting.
Oh no, it's okay. I think I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, I think.
What I said was, the game puts its runners through so much hell. It's a good thing that it throws us a bone every once in a while like that.
Yeah.
Double star.
Yeah, this game does not like its runners at all. I've quite often stopped running in complete frustration.
I can't blame you.
I had a pretty decently high viewer count, and I died to something really stupid on World 7, and I just turned off my stream.
Yeah.
I was only live for 50 minutes as well, and just something really stupid happened, and I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
I know that feeling. Not with this game, but with other games.
I think most runners can relate to that.
Yeah. What other games do you run, Laws?
Right. Well, the only other game I've put so much time into is Pac-Man World 2.
Oh,
that's the only other
pretty
game.
awesome speedrun I've heard.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, other than the 8-minute auto-scroller, but...
8 minutes?
8 minutes, dude.
Oh god.
I know there's a pack and roll. I know there's another pack and roll Kirby speedrunner. The guest.
Yeah. Yeah, Pack and Roll is also really cool. Especially the Wii one. There's a lot of really fast movement in there. Which I think got into SGDQ, so that'd be nice to see.
It did.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mage is finishing up 7-6. He's going into DDD next. We're gonna see if he gets at least a decent DDD. I think that's usually when you're at the end of a bad run, you really just want to have decent end bosses, because at least that feels a little bit better to end on.
Yeah, the salt level's already so high, it's like, let's just tone it down a little bit, please.
Well, that's not a horrible DDD for sure.
Yeah, I've died at DDD from 4 health. It was not a fun day.
I mean, during my first race, I died from 3 health. And, choked my first 42 with that. That was painful.
Ooh, that sucks.
Oh well. It's getting really nice long distance orb here. I usually, most runners would like to stay very close up front to make sure things hit, but he is aiming like a boss here. This is actually quite amazing to watch.
Yeah.
Also, 1 health.
Yeah.
Ooh, so tight.
Ooh,
So close.
come on. Nice! So getting into Nightmare with 1 health is totally fine. You just stand in the bottom left corner and you just cannot be killed. Unless you're...
Actually, there's one... You can't snipe you with, 1 attack if he's in, the... perfectly, positioned and,
yeah.
You hit him... You let him attack before you hit him.
It's really rare, though.
Yeah. I've gotten hit to it, but only with 2 health, so... Let's see how well he knows his patterns.
Well, not well enough, apparently. Jumping right into Nightmare there.
Yeah, well, 6 health Nightmare is no challenge by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, the only way you can make this boss harder is by making it harder yourself.
just like that.
Yep. Oh, that attack is so annoying because the amount of hitbox there is left is just very small.
Deceivingly
It
small.
becomes hard to actually hit.
Yeah, you can graze just the bottom of his cape as well and still miss. It's like that's the one annoying thing about it.
Mm-hmm. And here we go for the final hit. There we go.
GG.
Loss finishing in an official SRL time of 1:05:27, actually improving his race PB by almost 6 minutes, which is quite amazing, at the very least. At least something good happened from this run for him.
Yeah. Consolation is best, you know, when you can't have anything else.
Not sure if he wants to come in.
Okay, GG.
So yeah, Magus is gonna grab some water real quick, and then he'll join a little conversation real quick. But overall, it was pretty decent race to watch, to see Loss actually be able to PB and do well for himself. It's a little bit painful for Magus though, and sadly he is out of the tournament, but he did quite well. Got himself some nice runs going for him, so. And yeah, we'll be seeing Loss again, facing off against Dark Shadows. That's going to be an interesting race as well, because both of those runners are very, very well matched. So when that one happens, probably in a couple of days,
Yeah.
be very happy to see that one.
A lot of third round matches I'm very excited for, especially in the I really can't wait to see Potsachu against MK.
Yeah, that's going to be a cool race as well. Thomas versus Mayazumi is also going to be a really, really close race.
Yeah. The only thing I'm worried about is that Mayazumi just hasn't played in a while. I think he's a bit rustier. But Thomas has been doing a lot of Hundo lately.
I think the thing is with Hundo, compared to any percent, is that the differences aren't that big. Basically.
That is true.
It's most of the run is the same, you just have a few branching paths, so that really doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, Hundo runs are really not significantly longer than any at all. Considering at any percent, you already do 83% of the game.
It's like a 5-minute difference, I want to say.
I feel like it's
off
less.
of my head. 4 minutes is more correct.
I feel like that's even a lot for this game as well, because it's just like, oh, go into the side room and hit the switch.
Yeah. I mean, you have to do it quite a bunch of times, so...
Yeah. There's like one stretch where it's like switches in 4 levels in a row.
Yeah, an Orange Ocean actually has... Every single stage has a switch.
Well, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, but that's 6 stages, not 4. Haha.
I said,
Get your facts straight.
because in Thomas's split, to get a little asterisk next to each level, a switch in it, like, that's a pretty common thing to see, and Orange Ocean's just star, 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 star. Alright, so I'm gonna go now and take like a little 5-minute break before my race.
That's completely fine. I'll hang out here, wait for Magus to show up.
If he does. Maybe you should... Did you ping him?
I'm talking to him in the SRL channel.
Alright. Well, I'll be out. You'll see me again in 15 minutes, so... yeah. See everyone, I'm Chooch, and I'm going to be on Speed Gaming 2, I believe, in like 15 minutes. So, if you want more Kirby, head over there after this race.
Me now?
Yo,
Okay.
there we are.
Yeah, sorry,
Yo,
I had my phantom power turned off there, so the mic that I'm using requires a phantom power.
Oh no, you were in the wrong channel, so I had to drag you in first.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
So, well, that was a run.
Yeah, it was definitely for me worse than what I did last night. It seems that I do better when I just do a run when I'm not doing any races, and then lo and behold, you know, just enemies flying everywhere. It's like, yeah, we know this game puts a lot of jerk placements.
Yeah. It's definitely a game that does not like its players.
Yeah, and I'm starting to hate it too, so I'm like, yeah, no, stop, just please stop.
I feel like you got a little tilted throughout the race as well, because I feel like later on you were actually starting to do worse.
Yeah, it was definitely worse. So I was like, yeah, oh my god.
So is that mostly due to nerves, or
I think it was nerves. You know, I felt it starting to get bad at Greenfield Stage 1. And it's like, you really got to be kidding me. You know,
yeah.
like, you know, and I would thought, you know, just putting music on my phone would actually help, but I'm just like, yeah, this really isn't helping.
That sucks.
Probably doesn't help because I was blasting metal in my eardrums too, so...
Yeah, that doesn't, like... I feel like that will make you even more tense.
I mean, if I was listening to Irish drinking songs, then maybe, then sure, so... Or maybe an OST, so that would help too, so...
Ah, well. At least you got a race BB out of it.
Yeah, I mean, now I can focus on other speedruns that I want to work on. I'm thinking about picking up back Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD Beginners, so...
Oh, that is
So my time right now is a 204. It was actually a pretty disappointing 204, to be exact. And I'm learning Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix Beginner, so...
Oh, well. All awesome speedruns as well, I've seen.
Oh, yeah. Great, what was I about to say? I don't know.
It's okay. So yeah, Loss. Do you have anything to say still, or...?
I'm sorry that the game treated you so meanly, Magus.
Laws, it's alright, dude. It's all good.
Alright.
The game definitely hates me when I want to race.
Yeah, that happens a lot in speedrunning. Whenever there are stakes, the game's like, nope.
Oh, I'm still streaming and 2007 frames have dropped. Maybe I should stop streaming.
Yeah, there were some frame drops from time to time, but it's completely fine. It happens.
It's also the reason. Honestly, I hope the frame drops weren't too bad for anyone. I mean,
it was just very,
enough.
very infrequent. So it happened like once every 10 minutes or something. It was just not horrible at all.
Yeah, because since I moved in September, yeah, I moved September to a bigger place, and I have no Ethernet connection in my room, so it makes it a little bit worse. So I live on the basement level of the house, and I actually had to buy a Wi-Fi extender, which actually has been serving its purpose quite well.
Okay.
So.
So yeah, let's just wrap this up for now. Thank you very much for Magus for joining the tournament.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Actually, it's pronounced Magus.
Magus.
So,
I've been pronouncing it in like 4 different ways. Magus was not one of them.
It happens all the time.
I'm happy I don't have to feel bad.
Or if you want to, you can call me the crazy corgi guy.
I think Magus is easier to remember.
Yeah, because, you know, corgos are best doggos.
Yeah. I'm more of a collie kind of guy. But yeah, we'll be seeing Loz fight through to the next round in the losers bracket. And right now, on Speed Gaming 3, I believe. Let me check. Yeah, Speed Gaming 3. Chooch versus Halo Dude is coming up, which is going to be a pretty interesting race. We're gonna see how well Chooch can fight off the world record holder. I'll be commentating that as well, so I'll be seeing you guys over there. Let me quickly post some links in the chat. Be sure to check out the runners and me and Chooch as well. We're all cool guys, so yeah. Anyways, so if you want to see more Nightmare in Dreamland, be sure to hop on to Speed Gaming 3.